Peter here from DevCon with your January 2023 construction update for HQ. Sippy Downs here on the Sunshine Coast, or not so sunshine today, just disgustingly humid and hot. On a little tour around the site just now, the poor tradies are gasping and drinking water like there's no tomorrow. However, here we are, the end of January. Look, to be honest, we're not quite as far forward as we would hope to be. Still been some challenges this month since Christmas with labour shortages in the finishing trades, most notably painters and tilers, but those contractors are doing their very best to get labour here every day as much as they can. However, we have a new time frame for you that we are hoping will be the last adjustment. Big news that we will be finishing all three buildings now simultaneously rather than the staggered finishing that we were originally anticipating. Few reasons for that. I won't kind of bore you with too many of the details, but there's some certain infrastructure that we need to put in to get certification on the initial building that actually form part of Valor and the basement. So we are now that close that it really doesn't make sense to collate those over 100 documents for lodging for each individual building, one after another. So we're going to do them all at once. We then hope to have our certificate of occupancy issued to us in the first week of March, which will then enable us to put the whole building into council for planned sealing. Now that process should be reasonably straightforward. However, we are experiencing other projects delays with certain sectors of that process. I'm not sure whether they are just struggling to get to their workload or what. I'm really not sure, but that we are anticipating probably be a 10-week process. If it's quicker, fantastic, but that's probably realistic right now based on our experiences, as I say, with other projects. From there, we will then go into the titles office for full registration and issuing of each individual title. From there, settlements will be called in line with whatever your contract says, 14, 21, 28 days, etc. and so forth. What that means for things like valuations and defects is that we will open the complex up for valuations pretty well simultaneously with getting that occupational certificate, because that means then at some point we have some certainty around timeframes, and that means then that your finance applications then won't lapse. I think if we did that now, we're probably just a little bit premature with the building, and B, there would be a risk then of your finances lapse pre-settlement, which you'd have to go through the whole thing again. Nobody really wants that. So we're trying to make that process as seamless as possible. The team have started their own defecting process. They are going through and really holding back on some critical points like the final painting coat until most of those defects are done, so we don't have to go around and do it again. So there is a process around that. Jackie will be, or myself will be in contact with your selling partner or yourselves around that defect process and timings for that. So all being well, we should expect settlements now to be occurring probably best case scenario mid-May, worst case scenario they would start early June. If it's any different to that, we'll keep you abreast. I'm still going to run these updates each month with showing you where we're at and sort of giving you probably a more high level detail. Today we've been a bit hampered getting around a lot of the parts of the building. I think that's a good thing because there's people everywhere and they are all busy trying to finish the building as quickly as possible. If you have any questions, feel free to reply to this email if I can help you any further. Other than that, thanks for being part of this project. I hope your 2023 has got off to a banging start, and I'll see you very soon. Peter from DevCon signing off.